Welcome to This Explainer. Look, today we're diving headfirst into the reality of the AI money-making landscape. There are just so many wild, over-the-top claims out there right now, right? So we decided to do some digging. We've combed through on-the-ground testing and high-level insights from top entrepreneurs to cut through all that hype and show you what's actually working. So it begs the question, is AI a guaranteed ticket to wealth, or is it really just another tool? Well, to answer that, we're going to climb what we're calling the AI opportunity ladder. We're starting way down at the unglamorous ground floor of gig work, and we'll work our way all the way up to those highly scalable, top-tier digital businesses. Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the AI gold rush, then look at working for the AI, followed by arbitraging the knowledge gap. After that, we'll cover the AI models to avoid, jump into the top-tier AI businesses, and finally wrap up with the golden rule of AI. Let's get into it. Part 1, the AI gold rush, separating myth from reality. Moving right along to Part 2, working for the AI, which is really the ground floor of gig work. So according to our first source, a platform tester who goes by Social Ocean, the absolute most accessible entry point right now is literally working for the AI. We're talking data labeling and response rating for platforms like Outlier. But honestly, I was genuinely surprised by how rigorous this onboarding process is. It's not just a click and earn situation like you might think. You've got to build a profile, confirm your identity with official IDs like a PAN or Aadhaar card, and then actually pass these super strict language screening tests. You literally have to record a 1-minute video entirely in Hindi and physically write out specific scripts like Devanagari just to prove you aren't a bot copy-pasting answers. And for all that intense effort, the payout maxes out at about $6 an hour for a Hindi freelance writer. Look, it's honest, legitimate gig work, but make no mistake. This is definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme. You are directly trading your time for a pretty modest hourly wage, and that pay fluctuates based on your accuracy and performance. Let's step up the ladder to Section 3, Arbitraging Knowledge Gap, shifting from microtasks to macro leverage. If you want to move beyond that $6 an hour mark, you have to start building an asset. Entrepreneur Jordan Welch breaks down a really fascinating concept for this, arbitraging the knowledge gap. It's actually pretty simple. You use highly accessible AI tools, think Claude or Base44, to provide services to local businesses that don't even realize these tools exist yet. Picture selling a brand new AI-generated website for, say, $500 to $1,000 to a local gym or a doctor's office, simply because they're still running some clunky, outdated system from 2006. But there is a massive trap here you need to avoid. Both Welsh and fellow entrepreneur Iman Gaji agree on one absolutely critical rule. You have to stop selling AI. If you're just selling a nice-looking AI webpage, you're commoditizing yourself, and it instantly becomes a rapid race to the bottom. Instead, you've got to sell tangible business outcomes. We're talking about saving them time, reducing their need for extra hires, and actually driving revenue, because at the end of the day, that is what businesses actually pay for. All right, that brings us to Section 4, AI models to avoid, the F-tier and overhyped traps. When we objectively evaluate some of the most heavily promoted side hustles out there right now, they rank at the absolute bottom of the barrel. Godzi calls AI trading bots pure gambling, just wrapped up in fancy tech branding, slapping them with a solid F-tier ranking. What about AI print on demand? Also F-tier. There's literally zero competitive moat because the market is just completely saturated. And AI YouTube automation? Welch throws that in the D tier, pointing out that you need a staggering 30 to 50 million views a month just to make a decent return. Plus, you're fighting an algorithm that actively resists low-effort, AI-generated content. When we look at exactly why these low-tier hustles fail, a super clear pattern emerges. 40% of the time, the barrier to entry is just so low that you face brutal, overwhelming competition. Another 40% of the time, you're dealing with incredibly low profit margins, which creates that race to the bottom we talked about, much like basic AI video editing or dropshipping. And the remaining 20%, well, they fail simply because the software or the setup is genuinely just too difficult for a beginner to maintain and scale. Let's look at the bright side with Section 5, Top-Tier AI Businesses, the S-Tier Analyzed. Welch's analysis heavily favors 3 main areas if you want maximum leverage: AI e-commerce, AI digital products, and AI content creation. Think about it. With e-commerce, you can use AI to instantly generate high-converting ads, giving you practically infinite scalability. And with digital products, The setup difficulty is incredibly low, but the profitability is massive because you literally create it once and sell it forever. What all of these top-tier, S-tier models share is a very specific DNA. They offer high leverage so you can scale infinitely, they completely avoid the massive headaches of physical inventory, and you can operate them completely faceless if you want. Most importantly, they solve specific real-world pain points with near zero production costs, which means the profit margins are absolutely staggering. To put this into perspective, I was genuinely blown away by this specific S-tier example. Listen to this. Even a complete beginner can use AI to generate a highly useful digital product. Let's say a comprehensive budgeting PDF designed for busy parents. You list it on a platform like Etsy for just $5. Since the production cost was exactly zero, people are scaling these simple, hyper-niche shops to $10,000 or even $20,000 a month. Finally, we reach Section 6, the golden rule of AI, synthesizing the landscape. Iman Gadzhi drops a quote here that just perfectly captures the essence of this entire landscape. He says, AI is not the business, it is simply leverage. It's so true. Just like the internet, you don't make money with it, it's just the infrastructure. AI simply allows you to execute traditional, proven business models like e-commerce or digital products way faster, much cheaper, and at an unprecedented scale. So before you dedicate any precious time or hard-earned money to a shiny new AI venture, run it through this simple litmus test. Ask yourself, does it solve a real problem people actually have? Does it save a business time or create valuable assets? Is it based on a pre-existing, proven business model? And does it make money as a byproduct of providing actual value? If the answer to those is no, just walk away. We've covered a ton of ground today. From grinding out $6 an hour labeling data on the ground floor, all the way up to building infinitely scalable digital brands at the top of the ladder. The whole landscape is laid out right in front of you. So I'll leave you with this one thought. Instead of just working for the AI, how will you step up and use it as leverage to create real value in your own life today? Thanks for exploring this with me.